Welcome to this morning Vinyasa yoga for wholeness, health, and inner harmony. In this energizing and nourishing practice, we will be exploring a variety of twists, as well as strengthening and stretching postures to help us call upon our inner power and reside in a space of inner awareness and tranquility. We'll begin today's practice in a comfortable seated position. You might like to join me in diamond pose, Vajrasana, resting atop of your shins, lengthening the spine, rolling the shoulders back and down. And we'll begin today's practice taking 3 mindful breaths. Inhaling through the nostrils and exhaling, letting go. Beginning to circle the shoulders back and down, feeling a beautiful release for the upper back and a slight opening for the chest. You might like to swap the direction of your circles. And on your next inhalation, reach both arms skyward, stretching the torso. And let's cactus our arms out wide at shoulder height. Inhale, open the chest. Exhale, curl and round, forearms together, chin to chest. Inhale, open the heart. Exhale, spinal flexion, and again. Beginning to wake up the upper back, strengthening the shoulders. On your next inhalation, reach both arms up, palms together. Exhale, lower the arms down behind your back, interlace your fingers together, slightly widening your knees. Inhale, open, find length. Exhale, melt your heart towards the earth, lowering your forehead down as you guide your bind overhead. Drawing the shoulder blades close to one another. On your next inhalation, rise up, open the chest, gaze up, and mindfully release the arm bind. From here, let's come onto all fours, tenting up onto the fingertips, stepping your right foot in between your palms, coming into a low crescent moon, aligning your front knee with your ankle. You might like to keep your fingertips grounded or raise your arms skywards, Anjaneyasana. Lower the fingertips down. Tuck the back toes under, straighten both legs as you raise the pelvis, pyramid pose, squaring off the hips. For a gentler variation, you can keep your back lengthened, and for a deeper stretch, melting your chest towards your front leg. Mindfully rebending your front knee and rising up into our high crescent moon. Noticing the stretch for your left hip flexors, opening the chest. Find an inhalation here. And on your exhalation, lower your hands down. Step your right leg back, coming into plank pose. Lower the knees and let's find this floor on the other side. left foot between the palms. Inhale, raise the arms, lower crescent moon. Channeling the energy upwards. Inhale, find length. Exhale, fingertips on the mat, tuck the back toes under, pyramid pose. Finding your expression. Re-bending your front knee, strengthening the legs and rising into our high crescent moon. Staying high on the ball of your back foot. Find an inhalation here. Exhale, palms on the earth, step back to plank pose. Turning on the core muscles. And on your next exhalation, send your hips up and back as we come into our first downward facing dog. You might like to find some movement here, pedaling out the legs, perhaps swaying the hips from side to side. Mindfully walking your feet towards the top of your mat, coming into a forward fold Uttanasana, bending the knees and allowing the belly to rest atop of the thighs. On your inhalation, find length, Ardha Uttanasana, engage the glutes. Exhale, fold. Inhale, find length. Exhale, fold. And again. Noticing the deep opening for the back body. Well done, keeping both knees bent, let's mindfully rise up one vertebra at a time. On your inhalation, reaching the arms overhead. Exhale, palms to heart center. From here, let's come into our chair pose, Utkatasana. Flexing the knees, sending the hips back as you reach your arms skywards. Hinging the torso forwards on a diagonal. Taking a moment to ensure that you can still see your toes, and if not, just send the hips back a little further to help you stabilize your knees. Well done, returning to your forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, palms on the earth, step back to plank pose. Raise the pelvis and return to downward facing dog. Breathe. On your inhalation, raise your right leg, three-legged dog. Exhale, right foot between the palms. Rise into crescent moon. Keeping the lower body stable, join the palms together at heart center. And on your exhalation, twist your body to the right, resting your left tricep or your elbow against your right thigh. Pressing firmly into the palms to help you twist a little more, creating length along both sides of the waist. From here, guide your right arm behind your left leg, raise your left arm, gazing up. Return both palms to the mat, step back to plank pose, one breath here. Exhale, downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Inhale, raise your left leg, three-legged dog. Exhale, left knee to chest, lower the foot down and rise into your expression of crescent moon. Inhale, find length. Exhale, Namaskar Mudra. Find your twist. This time, right tricep against left thigh. Keeping both legs active. One breath here. Now let's guide the left arm behind the right leg. Reach the right arm up, open the chest. And gently release. Palms on the earth, step back to plank pose. Keep your right palm grounded. On your inhalation, raise your left arm, pivot to the left side plank, Vashisthasana. Taking a moment to stack shoulders over elbows, over wrists, aligning the hips, core switched on. Find an inhalation here. And on your exhalation, return your left palm to the earth, plank pose. Inhale, pivot to the right, reach your right arm up, Vashisthasana. If ever this feels like too much, know that you could always lower one knee down, or perhaps perform this exercise on your forearms. Find an inhalation here. Exhale, right palm on the earth, plank pose. And now let's all lower onto our forearms, coming into a dolphin plank. Aligning elbows with shoulders, firming up the quads, the glutes, the core. On your next inhalation, pivot to the left, reach your left arm up. Stacking the hips, stacking the shoulders, softening the face. Reconnecting with your inner strength. Beautiful work. Mindfully lower your left forearm down. And on your next inhalation, pivot to the right as you reach your right arm up. And gently release. Lower your right arm down, plank pose. Option to stay here, or let's come into dolphin pose. Raising the pelvis, walking your feet in close towards your elbows, and really pressing firmly into your forearms here so that we are protecting the shoulder girdle. Softening the face. Taking one mindful breath here. When you're ready, re-extending both arms, coming into a shortened downward dog, widening your feet to about the width of the mat, guiding your hands slightly closer towards your feet, and from here guiding your right hand towards the outer edge of your left ankle, squaring off the hips as you find a beautiful upper body stretch, a nice spinal twist. Return your right palm to the earth. And now let's guide the left hand to the outer edge of the right ankle. Gazing under your right armpit. Mindful breaths. Gently release. Walk your hands towards your feet, heels in, toes out, lower into Garland's pose, Malasana. Palms at heart center. Inhale, lengthen the spine, open the chest. Exhale, engage the pelvic floor. Feeling a beautiful opening for the hips. Keeping your palms together, mindfully lower the sits bones down and rise into our boat pose Navasana. Now let's extend the arms out in front. If you'd like to come into a full expression of this posture, straightening the legs, engaging the quads, the hip flexors. Mindful breaths. Great work, friends. Lower the legs down and let's come into butterfly pose or bound angle Baddha Konasana. You might like to take a few spinal waves here, interlacing your fingers around your feet, lowering and raising the chest. And if it's in your practice today, resting in a forward fold. Know that you could always stay upright if that's preferable. Honoring what your body needs today. On your next inhalation, mindfully rise up. Close off the hips, straighten out the legs, lengthening the spine, keeping your right leg straight, bending your left knee, placing your left palm behind your back, and with the right hand grab a hold of the blade edge of your left foot. On your inhalation, begin to straighten that leg, and maybe raise your left arm out behind you, gazing back, opening the chest, keeping your grounded leg active. One mindful breath here. Return your gaze forwards. Bend your left knee and guide your knee atop of your right knee, coming into our half cow face pose out of the Gomukhasana. Option to stay upright or melt your chest, your belly atop of your left thigh. Allowing the spine to round, softening the head and releasing the back of the neck. On your next inhalation, lovingly elevate the torso, re-extend your leg, take any movement between sides that feels nourishing, and let's find our spinal twist in the opposite direction, right fingertips behind the back, and using your left hand to grab a hold of your right foot, maybe raising your right arm as you gaze behind you. Keeping both hip bones facing forwards, both legs are active. Inhale, find length. Exhale, twist a little more. When you're ready, let's find our forward fold. With the support of your hands, place your right knee atop of your left and come into our half cow face pose. On your inhalation, mindfully rise up, stretch out the legs, roll the shoulders back and down. And now we'll come into Paschimottanasana, our seated forward bend. Now if you have tight hamstrings or you're presently living in a tight body, know that you can keep both knees bent, Simply rest your belly atop of your thighs. And if you'd like to take this further, begin to straighten your legs. I personally like to keep my feet pointed. I find that it helps to create a really beautiful release along the backs of the legs, but you honor what feels right for you. Letting go of all that no longer serves you. Creating space to breathe in wholesome, loving, and powerful energy. Staying in Paschimottanasana for as long as you would like. And when you're ready, coming into a comfortable seated position, closing the eyes, gifting yourself permission to receive the healing benefits of our practice. Honoring the courage and the strength that you demonstrated in deciding to show up today. On your next inhalation, reach the arms skywards, palms together. Exhale, hands to heart center. Sending you love and light. May you be well. May you experience true peace and joy. Namaste.